Hi, Kaylee. I'm providing you a feedback of your speech. Here we go. Give me a second. Here. So we have a speech from you. So I'm going to give you a feedback of your debate speech. So few things that needs to be addressed very clearly. First is that, okay, I'm good with your claim. Animal abusers should face more cruel state and federal punishments. All right, good. So next is why. The why is not very clear. Okay. So you're saying animal abuse more than just animals, and this should not be socially expected. The connection between your claim and the why of your claim is not is has a link to a certain extent, but the link needs to be explored or needs to be developed more. I would think that right now, why because of the state and federal punishments that are currently in place, that is more of a slap on the wrist rather than making them have serious consequences, which has led to an increase. Okay, so maybe that could be the why of your claim. Okay, again, this is something that, again, it's a suggestion. You think about it, see if this is what I'm suggesting is more applicable. The backing will be points to support that right now, the kind of based on your claim, all right, based on your claim that the right now the punishments that are federal and state punishments that are there is not enough. And then I did see in your speech, you've talked a lot about serial killers and animal abuse and all of that. So though that could be effective as your backing, but I would also kind of, because of your claim saying that they should have much more stronger state and federal punishments, and that's not enough what they have, is then you kind of need to say what, maybe do a point of comparison with a different country and say that their laws, this country's laws are much more stricter, and that's why their people do not dare to abuse animals there. So a little bit of even research outside your country can be helpful to you. Qualifier, all right, easily understandable. All right, okay, I guess that's your qualifier, or that's fine. Rebuttal is not at all clear here. Rebuttal is a loophole. So let's say, I'm going to give you an example here. Rebuttal is when you argue with yourself. It's a loophole in your claim. For example, it's going to be really difficult for you to find a loophole in your claim because you have a strong argument here. Is that they should have cruel. You are claiming that animal abusers should face more cruel or more stronger state and federal punishments. However, this may not, even with the rebuttal could be, even with stronger state and federal punishments, this may not really substantially decrease animal abuse. So that's a weakness of your claim. All right. This certainly I do not understand. This is not going to be, unless I'm not understanding it, this is not going to be a rebuttal, a loophole of your claim. So a rebuttal is an exception to your claim. So you can say that, even I understand that even though we can have really hard punishments on both state level and federal level, yet we do not have enough evidence to say that with stricter punishments, animal abuse will go down. All right, that's going to be a really strong rebuttal for you. And then you have to argue against that and say that still how stronger and stronger federal and state punishments can not significantly reduce, but can reduce it to a certain extent. Okay, so this is what rebuttal is. So make sure you change this. Okay, make sure you go through this and change this when you are doing your speech. That's very important. Now, I think you've done a great job in introduction. I would probably give us some little bit of more interesting stats about some countries which have really strict laws and about animal abuse and how animals are safe in that country versus US, maybe something like that you can do. So get in, those are going to be a real, those are kind of small little nuggets of information which will really make the audience kind of cheer for you or understand your position. All of this is okay, and this is your body of your speech. This is fine. I will probably say that you have talked about, I would probably, you've given us some, facts about why this should be in check and why being animal abuse actually is not good for the society. So you have given us a statistic that published that 43% school massacres also committed. So people who do this are could be serial killers, people who also commit school massacres, all of that you've mentioned. So, also talk about some examples of what could be some state and federal laws that you want to have in place, because that's your claim. What kind of law would you like to have in terms of stricter punishments? So, cite a few. Like currently, this is what is in place, and this is what I need you to have. That's going to make it much more clearer. Then, in the conclusion, as I mentioned to you, I did not see a rebuttal, an exception to your claim. I just gave an exception to your claim. In what situations will your claim not work out, or your claim have some weaknesses? That's when you mention the weaknesses, say that you're aware for it, and then again fight for your position. All right. So these are the things that you need to work on. This is my rubric analysis for you. This is what you did in the introduction. The body, as I mentioned, correct a few things there, or kind of edit a few things there, and then the conclusion needs to have definitely, you have a conclusion, but I don't see a rebuttal in place, and you had your work cited. Thank you.